Welcome back to another episode of Sailing into the Mystic. In our last episode, our friend Curtis let us borrow his trailer to bring our new sailboat home. Once she was home, we took time to get to know her and explored everything we could find on the boat. She was like a new family member, eagerly waiting for the moments of time we had to come visit her in the backyard. And I swear she had a friendly smile on her face every sunrise. Or maybe that was us wearing the smile.
Did you hear that? Okay, go again. Alright. Hang on. Okay, again. Alright, hold on. Turn the key off. Yeah, I think need to do some more cleaning. Alright, turn it off. Yeah. Alright, I need to pull the spark plugs off and clean them, get some good fuel in there and go from there. Okay, so yesterday after doing a little bit of investigation on the motor, we see that we've lost compression on number 4 cylinder. Pretty much there's nothing there. And the other ones are a little low, but so there's a little tick, tick, tick noise I can hear as I crank it over, and there's absolutely no compression on number 4. So after doing a little bit of research, I see that it's kind of a common thing on number 4 cylinder. So it's possible it could be just a stuck valve or a stuck lifter. So we're gonna, I want to put a new head gasket on it anyway. So I want to pull the head on it right now, and we'll check the valves and see if we can free them up. And while it's off, we'll just check a whole bunch of other stuff too. So that wouldn't be too bad if that's all it was, or just a stuck valve, and I'd be happy to put a new gasket on it anyway. So here's where we're at. We're gonna go ahead and pull this off today. Pull off the head right here. So they're just a series of bolts that go across the top. So we'll get this kind of stuff out of the way. I might even take off the manifold today. We'll see. We'll see. Get this bracket off right here for the alternator. Get that out of the way. And the thermostat housing. Yep, and then the head. So really shouldn't be that bad. Let's see what happens. All the nuts off of the studs, but that head is just not moving, and I don't want to smack it around too much. I don't want to hurt anything. So far none of the studs broke, so that's good, but it's stuck on there. So I'm gonna see if I can maybe get something in there to let it soak for a little bit, some PB Blaster or something. Put those down. See if I can get those down inside the holes down in here. All those. Let's see what I can see. Anyway, just let them soak overnight. Yeah, I was just working my way around the other side over there. Around here, I really can't get to this side unless I take that whole manifold off, which it's not connected to the head, so I'm trying to leave it there, but I should just take it all off too.
Coming back out of this heat. One more go at sanding on top of the Mystic. It's been over 100. I eat these past couple weeks here. So coming out in the middle of the day is not a good idea, but I'm on a time crunch. I gotta get some stuff done. So I've been working at chipping off all that varnish with my fingernails. I've tried all kinds of different tools and nothing works. Just my fingernails. So now I have a bunch of underneath the fingernails throbbing because I keep getting stabbed with sharp edges of the varnish. Almost got it all off, and then yikes, I sanded that whole side. Now I'm gonna go do the other side. You can see a big difference. I just have to sand a couple small spots with this thing. But I noticed that the sander got it, most of it, so that's good. So I'm going to do a run with the sander here, run back inside, take a cold shower, and we're going to run to West Marine and get some stuff to finish these projects, this one and that boat. Okay, I just finished doing my second sanding on this, I don't know what you call it, I think it's the railing around the top, this bit right here. I did a coarse sanding with like a 60 grit, and then I just finished going back through again with like a 200 grit. And now I'm gonna dust it all off, wipe it down, and then get my first coat of varnish on here to try and make some of this wood pop. All right, those are stained. Varnished. That side's varnished. And so is that side. Looking better. I think when the sun's not right down on top of it, we can see it better. Starting to varnish, stain these ones. Not stain, varnish. Trying to varnish these. I just now realized it's going to be easier just to screw them off and use a sander on them. Taking too long trying to sand around the screws, and it's really hot up here right now, so I'm gonna go get a Phillips and take these off and go under the shade and sand them down and stain them there. Still got to clean out everything up here, and I still have to figure out if the hot gun, as Tim suggested, is going to work to get the rest of that old stain off on these sides and on the companionway doorway that I already took out, so I can do it underneath the shade. So I'm gonna experiment with that up there also. And I've been picking off all this old varnish with my fingernails and got most of it off. I just have a little bit more to go, and I'm hoping the hot gun on it will peel it off just like it shows in the YouTube videos. But from my experience, never anything is as easy as a YouTube video. So we will experiment up there in the shade in the patio first, and then if it works, I'll come down here and do it. And then I can actually sand and do this whole bit. That'll look nice in the cockpit.
Hang on. Do it like this. Oh. Oh my God, that thing's bad. Okay, well, we've got it semi cleaned up. What I want to do now is just make sure that all these valves, especially that one there, everything opens and closes properly. Looks like there's some boogers right there, huh? Yeah. A little bit of rust or gook right there. So we'll just go through and look at them all. Make sure they all open and close. see that valve right there is not moving. That is a stuck valve. That's why that doesn't have any compression. Okay, where do we go from here? Engine seems to crank over real nice. The valves look good. I don't see any, there's damage on the valve. Looks like they're opening and closing really nice. I like that. I think I want to go with a new set of studs, a whole complete set of studs, head gaskets. I'm going to go with a new manifold, and of course a manifold gasket. New manifold because I'm seeing a bunch of rust coming in, especially that last one, number 4, where that one valve was sticking right here. So it's possible that this is leaking, and so I just don't want to take a chance. So I will start with a known good one, put a brand new one on it, and I want to pull the distributor cap off and see if there's the electronic ignition kit in there. If not, I want to put one in. And we have that pump right there, needs to be replaced or rebuilt. So I got to get that out of there. Buy a kit for that to rebuild that. That's the raw water pump that pumps the water through the engine to cool it. So that's what I will order. So we're looking at a rebuild kit for the pump, a electronic ignition kit for this, head gasket, stud kit, exhaust manifold kit, and the manifold, new manifold. Then of course we'll replace all the hoses and the belts. And then the motor should be ready to go. And oil change, of course. Then we'll move on to something else.
Back on the wood project, I wanted to see if using the heat gun trick we learned from YouTube would make the project of removing the old varnish much easier.
Apparently this does work as good as it does on YouTube. Heats up and then I can just shave it right off of that thing. Pretty damn cool. And it's starting to bubble.
Well, you can see it, huh?
Yeah, and then you can straighten. You can barely fit in there. Today we're going to try and do flooring in there.
For now, I think putting a floor in here would just make this place look better. a little bit more cozier so we can hang out up here in the evenings and dream about our sail. Yeah, that's yucky. Yucky floor. We had recently bought some cheap vinyl flooring we saw on the clearance rack at Lowe's while shopping for some materials for our home renovation projects. We hoped that the flexible material would be able to easily stick to the floor and just make things look nicer on the inside. Now that we're studying the floor a little bit,
Another tank of sorts up here.
we see that this is uneven. It's coming up, cracking along there. Okay, scratch that flooring idea. We think we'll paint it instead. Looks like that paint's finally dry. We did some bilge paint on the floor inside here. 3 coats. Looks like the 3rd coat just finally dried from yesterday. And that wood was looking pretty rough, so it didn't look like we should sand it down and varnish it or any of that kind of stuff. Just painted over it because it was pretty rough looking. In fact, we even had to replace that board there that lifts up. And now that that's dry, we can probably go in here and start cleaning up, putting things away. Oh, we get to paint that bed there. And then I need to see if I can make a cushion for it. While I worked on the painting, Tim worked on Curtis's trailer as he promised he would in exchange for allowing us to use the trailer. He replaced all 8 brakes, repacked the bearings, rewired the trailer brake lights, installed new tires, and welded some spots on the trailer.
Okay, got my trailer axle because it was bent. Put a straight line across it. Change it down to this big trailer where this boat's on top of it. And chained it down on that end. Got a big jack over here pushing it up. And you can tell by that line about how I've got it. So I'm going to release the tension and see what it looks like after that. Okay, there it is. Definitely see a big hump in the middle. But if you look out at the spindles, they're a hell of a lot straighter than they were.
Just kidding. Over the next several months since we brought our boat home, we found ourselves falling into a groove of working through the week with our regular day jobs, as well as with a few other projects we had going on, and then working on our sailboat on the weekends. On Saturday and Sunday evenings, we would wind down and have a drink on the boat and talk about all the sailing we wanted to do and the parts of the world we were most excited about exploring. We called our hangout location the Ramona Marina, even though we were completely landlocked. And then one evening, almost 5 months later, we found ourselves starting to rethink our plan. We've been working a lot of weekends.
Every week.
Yeah.
And there's still so much more to do. I mean, it's a nice boat, it's a good boat, but it's been neglected for too long. I mean, to get it to where we want it to be able to go sail, there's just a lot of work. I want to sail now.
Yeah. I know, but we said that we would have it done by the time we retired. But that's all. Feels like a long ways away.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to be working on it the whole damn time until we retire. We got to start sailing now. We got so much to learn about sailing. We got to start doing that. Well, if you think about all the things that still need to be done to that boat to get it, well, just to sail, then we don't even have the rig up yet. So, I mean, there's going to be a lot of work just to get the rig,
The mast.
up, and really, we've never even opened up the head sail, the jib. Or the main. Oh no, we had the main open, but we haven't unfurled the head sail.
Yeah.
So we'll know what that looks like. And then just the electrical, the wiring inside there. There's some, and then the headliner in the front, and the V-berth.
V-berth, yeah, that area is weird. Yeah.
I mean, there's just a lot that needs to get done still.
You know, I guess working on the boat itself is not as daunting when you think about only having that project. We have so many other projects going on at the same time. That's the part that is overwhelming, is trying to figure out which project we're going to do and what's the priority, and then sometimes it can't be the boat, and sometimes it has to be something else. Like, you got 3 motors back here you're working on, you got I don't know how many trailers back there that have to get down the road, you know, plus all the projects at work that you have. I don't know, that and all the stuff in the house, that's the part that makes the boat daunting, is thinking about everything else we got to work on at the same time. Guess we have to think about it.
We're gonna have to rethink.
And I guess, you know, like, we do enjoy working on projects, and that it tends to be a way to release some stress in our lives, but
So does sailing.
well, that's the point of it all. Trying to get there. Join us in our next episode when we make a decision. We meet this cool guy, and we welcome not 1, but 2 new precious members to the family.
What are you doing? Music on the background here? Ah! Wait, okay, go. We should have been swaying. We were swaying. Keep going, it's still going.
Too much sway.
No, it's not the storm. Do it. We gotta go the same sway.